Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, race fans. We're here live tonight here for the Sim500 Xfinity Series Ford Entertainment Group, that is. And we got a good one here because we're at a fame track here tonight, Indianapolis, for the Xfinity cars. And we're rolling these guys off the grid. Looks like Brian Macklin is the man on top pole-wise here tonight. He ought to actually have a very good one. Alex, this track... Well, I mean, it's Indianapolis. What more do you have to say about it? It's obviously the home of the Indy 500, and it brings about some pretty good technical style racing here.
Yeah, it absolutely does. The good old brickyard, like you said, Indianapolis. Always I'll say it's an interesting race. I always kind of liked it just because it's pretty flat. It's a rectangle instead of a oval, tri-oval, what have you.
Green flag, green flag.
You're right. It is kind of rectangular. Unique green flag. We're racing. And a long straightaway and back stretch here, too. And you'll see these guys get fanned out 4 and 5 wide. But going into turns, they're going to have to kind of clamber that down into 2 wide. I mean, you can get 2 wide going through these turns, but it's unique what you just said there. It could be rectangular. They, we're used to the turns just going all the way around. Here, you kind of like a little short chute to kind of shoot off into.
Yeah, seeing how with it being a rectangle, kind of between turns 1 and 2,
new word,
and 3 and 4, you got, like you were just saying, that little like short chute kind of thing. Like you can see right here, they just got out the turn and they're back here into turn 4 and back along the front stretch. So definitely a momentum style track if you can get it rolling, because it can play a huge factor here on whether you can get some fast laps in or not.
And you just said it right there. You're talking about momentum. Coming off these turns, it is a lot about momentum, especially to turn 4 and going down that front and back stretch there. Because you come off turn 4, if you don't have the car kind of speed-wise going through it, the guy behind you, if he does, he's going to just shoot right on by you because the draft plays a huge factor. As right now you see Brian Macklin out front, Mike Kelly there in second. You got Steve Ritter in third, Tommy Ryan up in fourth, Jeff Hollingsworth up in fifth. Everybody's kind of single file. Very tough place to pass too. That's another noted thing about this track is you'll have to set it up, and really what we'll see is guys that are kind of, again, that momentum coming out of turn 4 or maybe out of turn 2 is where you'll see the passing mostly in here is going into 1, coming out of 4 down the straightaway. But a lot of guys who are just better maybe at the long run, because and I know now they run 100% fuel here, and usually fuel's not the problem, and normally it's tires, and a lot of times we only have maybe one pit stop.
Yeah, most of the time we usually do have one pit stop with this group of guys here, and I like what you were saying about how you'll really be getting those passing opportunities off of turn 4 or off of turn really going into the front stretch or the back stretch, because that little spot in between on those shorter straightaways, just there ain't much space there to get it done. You're out of the turn and then you're right back into the turn, so there it's going to be a little more difficult to do so.
Absolutely. You see right here, you got a good race going on. That's Anthony Calatoni around there. And again, 10th place spot. We talk about it every week. It seems like that 10th place spot's a hot spot. You got Scott Simley, Joey Katina in the mix there too, along with the Jose Gonzalez, Jimmy Coleman. So again, they battling out that 10th place.
Yeah, there ain't much else we can really say about it that we haven't, because we just talk about it all the time. This is the hot spot. This is the place to be if you want to be in on the action, I guess, because as you can see, that's where the action is. Pretty much everywhere else in the field is single filed out, and then you got this group here at that right around 10th place that's fighting for these positions. So that's what happens all the time. No matter what track we're at with this series, it's that spot.
It is. You see right now they're still battling out. You got Jimmy Coleman, got Simley along with it. Anthony Calatoni is in the mix with them. Jose Gonzalez right there, he's taking over the 12th place spot. Joey Katina's back behind him. David Comstock's in there. Doey Woods, whose last couple weeks have had really good runs. He's way back in 17th right now, though. A little bit off the pace. Kevin Brown. So you get some heavy hitters, and Josh Parker back there. So a lot of heavy hitter names way back in the back pack. Let's see what they do as the race goes on.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it seems like Josh Parker starts all the time, as it is anyways. So
maybe he likes the challenge.
We'll see what he can get done, because he's been doing. This is what he does. He just comes out of nowhere, and then he just comes up and is in contention for the win. So we'll see what he can get done. But here, I think this is going to be a lot more difficult of a track to get all that done, because here at Indianapolis, it's no small feat to pass a guy in the world, but then to get all the way up there from where he's at right now, woo-wee, he's going to need some help.
And you see what we saw right there with David Comstock. That's probably the passing you're going to see as a guy behind him, and he'll just take the spot over one at a time. See Doey's back there working over Joey Katina. Meanwhile, up front, got looks like Mike Kelly's trying to move in on Brian Macklin. We can't do anything about it right behind him. And if we go back to Chad Coleman sitting in the 6th place spot, him and Hollingsworth. So again, what I was saying before is we're getting to that point now to where you're going to start seeing guys that are on that long run and trying to come to the field. I mean, you're talking about like Anthony Calatoni here. He was up around that 10th place spot. Now he's back 15th. So kind of just falling off as it goes along. And so you got battles going on around the track. Hollingsworth here is with Coleman. You got Falkenham trying to come up with a Robert Gillenwater. Just little 2x2 style battles happening.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you'll get here. You won't get super action-packed kind of battles going on. This track just, it don't fit. It don't fit at this track really well, but you'll see, like you were just saying, you'll see those here and there battles. But that's just how this track is. But at the same time, it's what makes this track one of the more unique tracks. With, as we're following along right here, we can just see the turn. It's 4 90-degree turns.
Yep. And right here with Scott Simley. He's in the 10th place spot. Looking good, too.
Yeah, down this long back stretch. Coming into turn 3.
He's got Jose right there behind him, and he's back in the Speedy Gonzalez machine out there. As I always say, Jose, so he's definitely fast. He's won a couple times this season. David Comstock's behind him. Look on further back here, Jeff Ryan. The field's still kind of closed in with each other. You look at the leader, he ran a 55, ran a 54.98, and back in the back, Joseph ran a 55.74, so not even a second splitting up the field yet.
Yeah, I think personally, usually at this point, you'd see a spread outness. I mean, you could see how spread out it is already, but they're a lot closer than I thought that they would still be at this point in time, minus that lone guy in the back. But they're still pretty close. Like you said, that's within a second.
And anybody make a mistake, I mean, you're definitely going to be right there. I mean, especially you see Mike Kelly with Brian Macklin out front. If Macklin was to, slip up just a little bit, Kelly's going to be able to go right by him.
Yeah, and that's just what you got to do. You just got to sit here. You got to hit your marks, and that's where the momentum can play a huge factor here. Is you just hit one bad turn just throws you off. Like, especially coming into the back stretch or front stretch, that is a killer right there. So that's why you got to just do what you can to be as technical as you can. I don't want to say it's just like a road course, but it kind of is, with having to be technical and whatnot. I know usually when we get to the road courses, we talk about technical driving and whatnot, but you can still do that here, and it goes to show that it works out for the best if you kind of do mind your P's and Q's like that.
Yep. So it's been a very good run so far. As these guys out front, you got Brian Macklin, Mike Kelly, Steve Ritter, Tommy Ryan and company. Everybody's kind of closing in ever so slightly. You got Jeff Hollinsworth there, Daniel Falkenham, Robert Gillenwater. So between Falkenham and Robert, there's a little bit of gap between those two. And then you got another little cluster here with Jimmy Coleman, Scott Simley, and Jose Gonzalez and David Comstock before you go back to Josh Parker, who's kind of a lonely drive, and see if he can't get on the back end of that pack there.
Yeah, and down that back stretch and front stretch, that draft does play a little bit of a factor. So he can come up and latch on. He's got David Comstock right there in front of him in his sights. And we'll see, because this, I mean, like we were saying, this is usually what Josh does. He just kind of comes out of nowhere and just goes.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Up here, who we got? It's like Jimmy Coleman's alt. I said Jimmy Coleman's in the front there, so it looks like Robert Gillenwater and them have caught him. That second pack. Again, around 10th place spot. They love that number, don't they?
Yeah, I guess they do. But it's a pretty...
But you know what? We see it every week, but everybody wants to somehow that's kind of the word I'm looking for, the place you want to be in a race, top 10. That's kind of what it is. So that's why you battle so hard to really get there. Right now you do see some pretty heavy hitter names here. David Comstock, Josh Parker, Robert Gillenwater, Kevin Brown, Dewey Woods on the outside looking in. of that 10th place spot right now.
And this is just what this is just what seems to happen week in and week out. You just get that cluster, and most of the time it is a pretty decently stacked roster for that 10th place spot.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be just 3 guys or like 5 or 6 guys, kind of like we're looking at right now.
Well, yeah, there's a lot. They're battling for that 10th place. About 6 of them.
It's a good stepping stone. A milestone in the race.
In the meantime, it did man Brian Macklin out front, and him and Mike Kelly's kind of moving away from the 3rd place Steve Ritter here, and Tommy Ryan in 4th. They're kind of spreading out a little bit, so I mean you gotta go back to around about that 10th place spots where hot and heavy, action packed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, those guys up front, you could just see them. They're like, oh, they're kind of rolling single file, doing that, jazz and all that. And you're looking back here, these guys are changing out, flip flop, skip, scop, hip, scotch, hopscotch, whatever you want to call it. Hula hooping all over the place with each other, trying to get that spot.
Some good battling going on between all those guys back there. Like I said, that's Scott Simley, Josh Parker, David Comstock's now moved up into the 10th place. Jose Gonzalez is there. Kevin Brown's there. So any one of those guys could pull a win off here in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking how, I mean, this is what you get to with this group of guys. Not just this group that's right here at this like 10th place spot battle, but just in general with the league, you get some pretty strong, good racing and competitive racing between them. So that always makes it fun to see. I mean, that battle's been going on for a while. So looks like they're just going to keep going at it, though.
Yeah. It's really good. Like I say, just kind of cluster of mean cars right there around about that 10th place spots. Meanwhile, you go to around about 4th or 5th place. You've got Daniel Falkenham moving in on Chad Coleman. Actually, Tommy Ryan. Chad Coleman's behind him. Tommy's been running about the 4th place spot, but Daniel's another one. Keep your eye on. He knows how to get through the field, and he's chopping away one by one, coming to the front.
And this is usually what happens with Daniel Falkenham. He usually gets there, and then once he's up there, good luck either keeping up with them or
keeping him behind you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like this guy is coming to take some names. He's taking a couple weeks off and got a little unlucky last week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So looking to come back with a vengeance, and here he is climbing the ranks.
He's got a little work to do right now. He's sitting in that 4th place spot. Like I said, behind him, get Tommy Ryan, Jared Coleman, Hollinsworth back there too. We go back to around about 10th place. Looks like they're splitting up just a little bit. You got Jose, Jimmy, Comstock, Parker. Parker's there on the back end of Comstock. That'll be interesting to see if we can get around him. You got Kevin Brown, Doey Woods. You just see how tough it is to come through the field, how close. When we talk about lap times week in and week out, Macklin ran a 55.56. Doey ran a 55.98. So even with that, I mean, that's what, 4/10?
4/10.
Yeah, give or take. And we talk about times, but you got to look. Kevin Brown ran a 55.77, and actually ran. All right, here's a good one. Kevin in front of him just ran a 55.86 to Doey's 55.85. So that's 1/1000ths different. We talk about times, what it takes to pass somebody. It takes at least about a 10th or so to pass a person. I mean, you're that close on this track. You can just see it's kind of dead even throughout the field.
Yeah, and this is one of those tracks where typically you won't see like breakout speed is what I'll call it. You won't see like that huge difference. I mean, sometimes you will, but it won't be like a second, 2 seconds. It'll be a couple tenths, if that.
Oh, yeah. We're looking good so far. Let's see. Comstock now taking that spot away from Coleman. He's going to bring Parker along with him, and I think that's the MO of Parker. Maybe just try to ride behind Comstock unless he gets on the inside of him. Maybe scoot Comstock up the track here. I think Parker might just follow in the tire tracks. Comstock say, "Hey, look, you're." Well, as I say that, now he's looking on the inside.
Yeah, I think that's. Usually these guys are around each other pretty frequently.
Oh, and he got the back end of him. A bump and run, and then when he got straight, unfortunately, Parker was right there beside him, and Parker got down on the inside. Boy, that clustered everybody up, but a good save by those guys.
Absolutely. Yikes. I was like, what's Joe talking about? And then I saw him, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
Well, watch right here on the replay. Looked like Comstock, I don't know what happened to him in front, but Parker got a run and just barely got to the back end of him. Didn't take much. And Comstock, when he was sideways, tried to gather it up. Parker was right beside him and got into him right. I tell you what, I don't know, I was just close. And then so you see him when he got straight. That's just a good save on those guys in. Could have been worse.
The pass in the grass.
Yeah. Parker had to hang on to it. The problem is going to get a little damage out of it. I think Parker's got some right side damage that could affect him a little bit on this track.
Yeah, good, especially with the draft playing a little more of a factor at this track than we have had weeks. But
yeah,
we'll see if he can make it work. Maybe if he can get it tucked.
Did a damage on Comstocks there on the the left side. Right there on the fender. That's going to hurt him, I think.
Ooh, just a little bit.
Yep, you can see it right there. Probably going to upset that car and aerodynamics of it. So he's falling back. Unfortunate. Wow. Doey Woods made it through, though, and a little hairy there for a minute.
Good old Doey Woods.
Yeah. He said he's here just to win. That's what he wants. He said, look, not here to stay in the back and ride.
Nope. I'm here to win.
He's got some interesting
mannerism.
Well, look who's up to second. We talked about it, Blink, Daniel Falkenham. So he is running about a tenth faster than Macklin. And that's fast enough for him to catch him and go around him.
Yeah, but how long is it going to take him to catch him? Because it'll take him a little while.
I say it'll take him a solid 10, 15 laps. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I mean, which now, I don't know. That time there, Macklin went 56.26 to 55.83, so he keeps doing that. It might not take too long.
Yeah, that's like 0.4 of a second right there.
Yeah, so Macklin might have slid the tires a little bit or something, but sometimes when you get that far lead out there and you get by yourself, you can kind of overdrive the car. We've heard guys talk about that. You know, drivers get out there and they're, you know, they don't know how much to push their car and they kind of just over push it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to be the biggest factor. My thing is are we looking to pit halfway? You think that's what we're going to be looking at?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that time and time again. If this thing goes green, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're going to see guys around about lap 30, maybe even 35. You know, there's always somebody out there pushing the envelope far, especially if there's no caution here soon. I think right now they're in the pit window that if they pitted now or any time at lap 30, they definitely can make it all the way.
Yeah, I think we'll probably just see.
And we
about
already
halfway.
see, you see Joey Katina now, the first one on pit road back in the back. But we're already seeing Daniel Falkenham's got a very good long run car, and Brian Macklin might actually have what I would call maybe the perfect short run balance of long run style car, because his car's falling off right here at the end of the pit cycle, which is about what you would want. So he stayed out front, got a huge lead to where Daniel's going to have to spend so much time. By the time Daniel gets to him, well, guess what? We're pitting. We're all back on the same pit cycle. So even though Daniel is faster than him right now, Macklin, if he does this again on, the second stint here, and everything goes green from here on, which it could, he pretty much has, to me, the best plan to stay out. He's balanced, pushing the car, and he's seeing the fall off right when he needs it to. And when I say that, a lot of times that guys that are very aggressive, their car falls off like 10 laps after the run. Well, his is falling off like right here around 25-30 laps, which is the pit cycle. So that's what you want. Can you make your car do that and be relevant? And I mean, got to give my hats off to Macklin, because Falkenham right now is just, even though he's faster, by the time he gets to him, they're going to be putting on new tires.
Yeah, on top of that, Joe, I was gonna say, do you think Falkenham tries to come in maybe a lap earlier?
And that would be the flip side. I think that really is what Falkenham almost has to do. Now, I mean, he's going to do what he wants to do on the track, but to me, at this point right now, I think Macklin comes in probably at lap 30. I'm going to say that. So we're at lap 26 right now. I think he comes in. If I'm Daniel, I'm coming in at maybe lap 29. Because, yes, I'm gaining on him, but I've got to make this gap up somehow. I mean, it's still a second gap. And I know, green flag pit stops. With that second gap, usually it extends that gap a little bit more. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So I'm with you on that one. I think Falkenham probably should. And then if not, you come in one lap after. Don't go any further, but one lap after. So that way it gives you, that one lap better tires towards the end. Where I think he would mess up at here, though, Alex, is if he stayed out. This is just my opinion. If he stayed out 3 or 4 more laps, then he's just giving up time. Just the way I see it.
Yeah, I don't think he would be doing that, really. I think that'd actually be not the best idea at all. But
we'll have to see how it plays out. I mean, 10th place here, still Dory Woods. He working on Josh Parker.
Josh Parker, Dory Woods, and
Jimmy Coleman.
Mr. Coleman.
Yeah.
No, I think now would have been the time for, honestly, because Falkenham was catching up to Macklin, because it looked like he was finally catching up in the draft a little bit.
Yeah. Then again, as close as they are right now, it would benefit Falkenham to come in at the same time as Macklin. Now, if Falkenham passes Macklin comes in that pit the next lap. You've got to pit. You can't stay out and let him just keep running off. If they stay like they are, I think they both come in at the same time. But I think Falkenham's going to pass him because he's way faster.
He's Daniel Falkenham, that's why.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, agree with you on that one. But I look at, I think at this moment now, forget what we was talking before, and you see Macklin. Yeah, so, okay, if I'm Macklin now, Yeah, I let Falkenham go. The tires are going away. I come in the pits now. There's no question. Which now he's got damage on the car, and that's really going to hurt him. But there's no question. If I'm Macklin, there's no reason to stay out. That car is wicked loose. There's no reason for him to stay out, and he's going to. And I don't understand. I don't. No. Well, yeah, I do. He is wanting to pit with Falkenham. Problem I see now is you see that right side damage. I think that's going to hinder his car.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. And he is fighting with that thing too.
Yeah, he was.
Tires are gone.
Skipping off the wall earlier. He's rolling higher in the turn right now than he was. Usually you
don't want to be the caution.
You know,
if the caution comes out, you don't want to be it. See, he's just giving up a lot of time. I know he wants to, but as long as Daniel's running the times he's running, don't come in. I mean, why? I mean, there's nobody else on the field catching you. Look at him. He just came out of that turn. That thing was just literally sliding. I mean, Falkenham's not going to come into the pits. Steve Ritter now is on pit road, but Falkenham's not coming into the pits until he wants to come in. I mean, it's I don't know. I would have came in as soon as he passed me.
Yeah, I think that would have been, especially after what we saw coming off of turn 2 onto that backstretch. Like, yeesh, definitely would have came in to get some new tires and just keep rolling after that.
Kevin Brown's moved up to 7th. Tommy Ryan's there in 8th. Joey Woods up to 9th. He got around Coleman. But we do got some good stuff on pit road. Steve Ritter, Gillenwater, Lance Ripka, David Comstock, Josh Parker, all on pit road right now. It's really tough. You know, we talk about Josh Parker coming through the field, and a track like this is really tough to come through the field no matter what. If they don't get any cautions, really, I just don't see Parker and any of them guys getting up to the front. You know, now you see Joey Woods, Jose on pit road, Jimmy Coleman, Michael Prister. Still no Falkenham though, and I don't, you know, Falkenham's still running some fast times out there.
Yeah, looks like he's still going pretty quick.
And the longer he stays out there, I mean, obviously at the end of this run, the better his tires will be than anybody else. So, Well, we're here at Indy tonight here, folks. Sim500 Xfinity Series, the Ford Entertainment Group. If you need a good PC, check out the Ford Entertainment Group there, Jeffrey Ford and Company. They'll get you fixed up. Got pit stops underway here at Indy, and no, Alex over there said he's not feeling well here tonight, so hope he gets feeling better.
No. This makes me feel better.
You can get some what is the old remedy? Get some honey and whiskey. Jack Daniels.
I have both of those at my disposal.
So there you go. Who is that coming up on the back there? Coleman, and you can just kind of see the difference in tires, new versus old. And you know, so it looks like Coleman's going to come on pit road. It's the 25 machine. I'm not sure. Yeah, Coleman's on pit road. Macklin's on pit road now, so that leaves Tommy Ryan and Daniel Falkenham. And again, I'm Daniel. I mean, I've been fast all race. Now, I don't want to give up too much time here. I'd probably come in. I'd want to come in this time.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I was just come in this next lap after everyone else is going in, because like you were just saying, once everyone gets rolling on those new tires, they're just going to start eating up that time on you. So I think now is the time to come.
Well, looks like he's coming in. Oh, he came out of that turn flying.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, and that's a good move. I mean, I was going to say if he kept going, it was like, But I think this is a solid move here. Obviously, he's going to go 4 tires and fuel. Steve Ritter, remember, he pitted earlier than most, and he should probably see how far off he is from taking over the lead on this one. As unfortunately, Brian Macklin. Ooh, Macklin messed his pit stop up, and Macklin is disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ow. You see Falkenham coming off pit road, and Ritter's going to come out of turn 2. Falkenham's still going to hang on to that lead because it was just such a big lead. 3.5 second gap. 3 second gap between.
Yee-hoo.
Look who put up in third. Jose Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah. And that pit stop worked out for Josh Parker up to 5th. Mike
Heck
Kelly
yeah.
there in 4th, yeah. And Doey Woods there in 7th. Gillenwater in 6th. So those guys, the pit cycle helped them out really well. Let's see. The one that didn't really help out too much, David Comstock back in 12th. Tommy Ryan back in 17th. Looks like he took some optional repair. Something happened on his pit. He might have had a penalty or something because he was in there for 33 seconds on his pit stop.
Ooh.
Wow. So good battle here for around 7th and 6th. Doey Woods going to go around Gillenwater. Woods is going to see if he can't use those tires and get up there to Parker.
Yeah, it's looking like... Uh-oh. We don't want an Adobe Flash Player update.
Yeah.
Thing just popped up. Update. No thank you. It looks like making use of those new tires because he's already right there with Josh Parker.
He is on his back bumper, so it looks
He
like
is
Parker's going to give him.
cruising.
And you remember, Parker's got that damage on the side, so that might be hurting him. I mean, huge on these straightaways. I think Parker knows it too. There's no reason to really battle. Go ahead, let Woods just go on.
Yeah, and that's just heads up driving right there.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to damage the car a little bit. You're not that quick. No need to try to wreck you or the other guy if he's just coming up that fast on you. So Woods definitely could have a fast enough machine to get up in that top 3 area. We'll have to see. But see here with Coleman and Gillenwater, got a good battle going on behind them. We're back at this 8th and 9th place spot.
Oh, we're close though. It's almost 10th.
Yeah, but you got 10th place Kevin Brown right there with him.
Oh,
That's about a 4 or 5 car battle.
yeah, you got what? 6th through 10th right there?
And that's Brown. He's going to take over the 9th place spot, puts Gillenwater back. Here comes Hollinsworth on the inside.
Bringing him with.
Did. Was able to make that pass. Look good. Comstock's a little bit further back. But he's going to have to do a little work to get up there to Gillenwater.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big gap. Over between Comstock and Robert G right there. Door Woods.
Coleman.
Yeah, that damage definitely is not helping Josh Parker at all.
Yeah. I think it's really, really upsetting that car now. You see him now. They're just shotgunning by him.
Yeah, and I mean he's just kind of letting them go, and that's just kind of what happens sometimes. And you get a little bit, and at a track like this one, where you got to race really technical, and the draft plays a factor, and all that jazz comes into play. That little bit of damage could really mess you up, and it seems to be the case right now for Josh Parker.
Absolutely. You see Kevin Brown right now hanging on to 8th, and Parker's back there in the 9th place. But now you got Coleman and Coleman. You got a Chad and a Jimmy.
Chad and Jimmy.
Coleman and Coleman show.
Gary Coleman.
Yeah, now that would be a trip if we did have a Gary Coleman out there. Jose's moved up to 2nd over Steve Ritter. All right. Jose's, he's actually, his season didn't start out. Well, it actually did start out good. He won the Daytona part, but he's kind of been up and down, but he's actually won a couple times this season. He's been able to turn it around. And good tonight there in 2nd place. Oh, Jose.
Yeah, he has had what seems to be a pretty up and down season, but his highs are pretty high.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you that. He's got some high peaks.
If you're down in what I think he says down Dominican Republic or something like that, he has
Dominican
a food truck
Republic?
down there. Yeah, Dominican Republic, I think it is, what's what you call it. And he has a food truck down there. He runs around and gives out meatballs, sandwiches, and calls them speedy balls. Hey, there you go. Fastest sub in the South, I guess. Good old Jose, good guy out there, man. Steve Ritter hanging on 3rd, Mike Kelly there in 4th, Joey Woods. Well, he's up to 5th. He's trying to see if he can get a break. He's got a little bit of gap to try to catch those guys, though.
It looks like those guys are latching on to his back too.
Yep.
Trying to
Jerry
come up
Coleman.
behind him.
Brown's able to make it around Jimmy Coleman there. Josh Parker falling back in the 9th place. Hollinsworth up in 10th. Gillenwater. So we're kind of spread out a little bit. Scott Simley back in 12th. Comstock back here. 13th. Krister right there in 14th. Lance Ripka the 15th. At, Jeff Ryan. 16th, Tommy Ryan, unfortunately, back in 17th, and Joseph Bergeson. Out of the race, Brian Macklin, Anthony Calatoni, and Joey Katina. Just unfortunate because Brian Macklin was dominating early.
Yeah, first half of the race was his. Definitely looks like Daniel Falkenham definitely has a
6.5 second lead.
Nice gap right there between himself and Jose.
Domination. Domination. Yeah, that's a good one. You see Jose back here, and he's still got Mike Kelly right there on his back. Steve Ritter, so any one of those cars make a mistake, definitely will be there to capitalize us. Looks like we're here on, 18 to go?
Yes, sir.
Been clean and green so far.
So far, so good.
I love it. Like Mike Kelly. Kelly wants that spot back from him. Jose trying to break the draft. I don't know if that ever works, you know?
Yeah, well, they're alongside each other now, and it looks like
Well,
Mike Kelly just...
The reason I say it that way is because you saw Jose go down on the inside. To me, that would have broke his momentum going down the straight. I think he should have just stayed where he was. I mean, ultimately, Kelly was able to get around him. I get why they do it. But to me, when you're driving like that in that snake, to me that would break your momentum of the car, you know?
Yeah, I usually see it a lot at where is it? Pocono?
Pocono, yeah.
On the front stretch.
Yeah. It's like right here, you would think going way down, it would just. I mean, now there, Mike Kelly just did it small, like he kind of went down, came back up real quick because you got to get that angle going into that turn. I don't know. Throwing things out there.
Maybe it's just an old wives' tale.
I get why they do it. I mean, it's breaking the draft. I mean, you want to break it going down the front. I mean, they do it at Talladega. They do it anywhere else. So, I mean, definitely anytime you can break that draft with the guy behind you, because it does play a huge factor on the front and back stretch. You see Steve Ritter here in fourth. Chad Coleman up in fifth. Kevin Brown. Let's play spot. Dory Woods hanging on to seventh. Jimmy Coleman. 8th, Hollinsworth. 9th, and Josh Parker hanging on that 10th place spot.
Yeah, it looks like these guys have calmed down a little bit here in this 10th place area.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely calmed it down. I mean, race is winding down, so it doesn't seem like people are getting more spread out. We're not seeing as much action, I guess you could say.
All strategy now. Like, you're pretty much just racing your track. I mean, especially at Falkenham here. You got an 8.5, almost 8.5 second lead over Mike Kelly. He's pretty much just racing the track at this point. Kelly's moving away from Jose. Ritter's falling back, so those three are kind of, still, I mean, any one of those cars make a mistake in front, they can capitalize on it, but again, Jose slams the wall hard out of 4. About to say, anyone to make a mistake, and we just saw it.
Yeah, Steve
Ritter hard. Ritter takes 3rd.
Gonna capitalize, but Jose doesn't want him to let him have it.
Good vocabulary, man. Sounds like me.
Yeah, we're just trying to talk,
All right. We come up with our own languages, folks, up here.
Yeah, we make up stuff all the time, anyways.
You got some damage on the right side of that machine. You can see it there on the hood. So, slapped the wall pretty hard. Don't have to see it now. Chad Coleman might be able to capitalize on it, along with Kevin Brown. So we saw Josh Parker fall off the pace. The run goes on, so just like that, kind of got tight coming out of the turn, hit the wall coming out of 4. You can see the car's just not going to get the speed down that front stretch.
No, it's not. Same thing with Josh Parker.
Yeah, here comes Brown. Kevin Brown. Check him out on Twitch. Kevin Brown there. And I know he appreciates everybody coming out. Used to be in the Twinkie car. And traded in the Twinkie mobile for the Twitch mobile. Still like the Twinkie mobile because it was Twinkies. I like Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Twinkies like me. If anybody's old enough to remember the original Ghostbuster movie, they had the Marshmallow Man.
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably dreamed of a big Twinkie. Which it was a part in that movie that what was Igor, what his name was. He said, "Imagine a 30-foot tall Twinkie while he's holding a Twinkie." So there you go. All right. Back to racing, folks. Coleman's hanging on the 4th. Steve Ritter's up in the 3rd. If you're tuning in, no, we're not going crazy up here. We're just keep yapping. I'm talking about Kevin Brown. He used to be in the Twinkie mobiles.
Yeah, and then Twinkies got us on Ghostbusters and
everything else. So. Battle for 3rd, though. Coleman's right there on Ritter.
Yeah, that damage is not helping Jose. He's just falling back and back again. Same thing that happened with Josh Parker. He's just getting out of the way now, letting these guys battle.
Yeah. Back there in the 6th place. This is a battle for 3rd. He was able to shoot that car right on in. Brought Brown in with it. See Woods back there going around Jose around for the 6th place spot. But Jay Coleman jumps up to 3rd. Mike Kelly in 2nd. Falkenham's just gone.
He is bye-bye.
He's got like 11. Well, let's see how far he's got. He's got a 10-second lead over Mike Kelly.
I don't think he's going to catch him.
No. Ritter is falling off the pace. I think maybe the tires might be giving up on him a little bit as Brown was able to get around him for the 4th place spot. Looks like we've got, 10 to go. Is that right? 10 to go?
Yes, sir. 10 laps. Until we are finito.
Say what?
Until we are finito.
What is that?
Is finished.
Oh, that's some foreign language stuff, man.
Yeah, like I said, we just keep making stuff up.
I guess. All right.
Even though that's an actual word.
And what language?
Espanol.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Got me 4.
There we go. You're the educated man up here. So Jose back there is just having all kinds of trouble. He's back there in 7th, so I don't know why. Maybe Coleman's coming up on him here now. That's for the 7th and 8th place spot. About the new update coming out for iRacing that I don't know if it's going to come out this next time or this year. Finally, it's coming, which I don't understand why, because I don't think the two mix. But rain will be coming.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got enough problem riding on dry pavement rather than having rain out here. Yeah. Coleman and Kelly. Kelly hanging on to 2nd. Coleman's there. He's about a half second behind him, so he could possibly take the 2nd place spot from him.
I mean, he could. Let's see if... I mean, he's got some time.
Let's look at the lap times. He ran a 55.78 to a 56.10, so he's definitely faster. He's right there.
He's a draft. He's a draft to help.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, Mike Kelly ain't getting no draft off of Daniel Falkenham.
And you got to think about Kevin Brown back here. He might be able to sneak up here, too.
He could. Maybe if he could channel the Twinkie power.
Yeah. Looking good in that 4th place. And Coleman coming alive at the right time. I don't know what Falkenham's got. Jet fuel. Got almost a 12-second lead.
He's got Daniel Falkenham stuff.
I know he's got crabs, like, on the car. Not him himself.
I thought that was like a crawfish.
I don't know. What is it?
A crawfish?
Looks like a crab to me. No, it's a lobster. See? It's a crab. I mean, to me, a lobster's a crab. Raging Cajun, I mean, it's it's custom wraps and stuff, but the first rate baked. So I mean, it really is about fishing, and I mean, to me, lobster is glorified long crab. I would say it's in the crab family, right?
Crustacean kind of thing. Yeah.
Put it this way, I wouldn't want to get pinched by either one of them.
Yeah, not intentionally.
No.
Or unintentionally.
That's Coleman is right there on the back end of Kelly. It's a battle for 2nd.
Yeah, you got a couple laps. Let's see if this heats up a little bit in that NOS Gillette-looking car.
He's got plenty of time. He's going to have 5 laps here to get it done.
Yeah, he is. Now let's see if Kevin Brown can come up here too.
I'm just watching the lap times. Well, Coleman is there, but about a tenth or two, and I tell you, gonna be iffy here. What he wants Kelly to do is push into one of them turns too hard and drive up the track. Now you're looking at Coleman has 1 lap newer tires than what Kelly does.
Those newer tires can play some kind of factor.
They can. Here's the thing that I know Mike is probably, Kelly out there is probably looking at is, yeah, he's got a little bit better tires. It's not much, but a little. I got the better air though. And that aero push that Coleman is going to get behind me, which is probably making his car a little tight, which is not allowing him to shoot on by me.
Right.
Unless I make a mistake.
Yeah, hit your marks.
You can see right there, Coleman's a tick faster, but as long as Kelly stays in that racing groove, I don't know. I think Coleman right now is starting to use up some of those tires, and I think that's what Mike wants. Good battle.
And Kevin Brown's still right there. He's got
Brown
4
thinks
laps.
just going to run out of time. I mean, if he was maybe a little bit closer, he probably could pressure him. And it's starting to see Coleman now fall off just a little bit. Maybe cooling those tires off to get maybe one more run on him, but he was pushing that car pretty hard behind him.
Yeah, it was. We got 3 laps to go now. I think if I were Chad Coleman, I'd be pushing it pretty hard trying to get that spot.
Yeah, as hard as you can. This place can get very, very tight and loose on you really quick. I mean, you see right there, Kelly's trying to break the draft. I mean, as long as he stays where he's at, he's good. He got a good run off the turn, battle for second. See Coleman trying to drive it in. I just think the tires have went away on him.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Kelly's getting a little bit of space.
Yep. And that's really all that Kelly had to do. It's just probably hold him off for a while until he used up what good he had in the tires.
Yeah, I was thinking if scooted back a little bit off of Mike Kelly, then Kevin Brown could have got up there and rattled him a little bit, see if he could get it, but don't look like that might be the case.
Yeah, I think at this point, Kelly's going to have to almost just make a mistake. I mean, see Coleman, he might try to drive it in there hard. But now he doesn't want to make a mistake himself because, like you said, you got Brown right there behind him, and there might be the mistake he needed. Boy, Kelly drove that thing off 4 really hard.
I mean, that was close.
It's just not quite close enough to get anything as a white flag flies. Here we go. We know Falkenham pretty much, unless he just wrecks and blows up or something. He's got this one. And you see Coleman trying to hang on down low, but that car's just coming out from under him. Battle for second here, folks.
Old throwback Gatorade car.
Yeah.
That thing looks nice. It's not as typical paint scheme.
2 more turns here. Kelly, hang on to it. He comes out of 4. Good. He should be okay as Daniel Falkenham's going to put him in victory lane. And it looks like Mike Kelly's got a good run, but here comes Coleman out of 4. Got to run out of 4. I just don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's just going to run out of time. Yep. Oh, crosses the line. Good race between those two. Man, what a good finish to this one. That man right there put in victory lane.
Yeah, got some definitely long, stretched out battles here throughout the race. That being one of them. What, that one was going on for what? 10, 15 laps?
Yeah, that's a good run. All right, so we can't get word with some of these guys. Bring up third place man here of Chad Coleman. That's a good word with it.
Hey, Chad, it's Alex up at the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, so coming up here towards the end, you're battling now with Mike Kelly. You think you're going to be able to catch him, take that second place from him, or no?
What's your speed in the pits? Box in.
I thought. Hang on, let me get this thing stopped so it'll stop talking. I thought I'd be able to, but I used a little bit of the tires up too much to get much of a run at him once I got there. Once I got there, the tires had went away to the point to where I got stuck in his air, and every time I would try to run a different line to cut under him to come off the corner, I'd slide through tires.
Yeah, you were getting pretty close. Did you think maybe you used him up too much? Kevin Brown could come up from behind you and take that spot from you?
Me and Kevin were in the same Discord channel, and I knew he was dealing with the same thing I was, because me and him both said once we get there, I think our tires are going to be done. But I mean, we were all racing for second. Daniel jumped out to a 11, 12 second lead right there after pit stops, and I mean, it was all over. We were racing for second, straight away behind.
Well, yeah, you guys were out for quite a while, you and Mike Kelly up there for that second place spot. You got anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank for this third place finish here tonight at Indianapolis?
I got to thank all the guys here with Sim500, the admins of the league, Joey Gattina, owner of the league, and thank you guys for the broadcast, and thank Trey Odson for painting my car. And that is it.
Heck yeah, man. Well, definitely had some good battles watching you and Mike Kelly duke it out for a decent chunk of the last part of the race, man. That was always exciting for us to see up here. So congratulations on your third place finish. Look forward to talking to you soon, my dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. Maybe we give you something to watch while Daniel was out there by himself rolling around.
Absolutely. It's a good run there, man. Like you just said, Chad Coleman pulling it up here in third. Well, this man, second place, Mike Kelly, held him off.
Mike Kelly, it's Alex up at the booth. You got me?
Hey, Alex, what's up?
Hey, man. So coming up there, you're duking it out with Chad Coleman for the pretty good chunk for the last part of the race. You think he was going to catch up to you, or you think you were going to be able to hold him off the whole time? Or let me kind of get inside your brain about that one.
It kind of snuck up on me, to be honest. I was a third place car. I was a solid third place car, I felt, behind Brian and Daniel. Not sure what happened to Brian. Obviously something happened to his pit stop, but so then I slid through my box on my first stop there, and I came out in fourth and was just kind of worrying about Steve and Jose, and got around them and thought I was going to cruise to second pretty easily, and then I noticed Kevin and Chad were coming. Not sure if that was because I had slipped through my box, or they just saved better, or maybe pitted a little bit later, because I tried to go 32 laps, and I didn't think I could only go one more lap, but every lap you could go was an advantage towards the last run. So I saw them start to catch me. I saw they were picking about a tenth of a lap or so, a second off, so I just kept saving as much as I could, and then when he got to me right there at the end with 8 or 9 laps to go, I just drove as hard as I could, and he used his stuff up trying to catch me, as he probably said, and I was able to keep him behind me.
and do a good job of that, my man. So looks like Jose caught some damage. Send him back. Let some of you guys capitalize on that position.
Yeah, he said he got some. He said he lost his sound. So.
Oh, that won't help you in any situation, really.
No.
Did you guys? I know Daniel Falkenham was just gone. So you guys just fighting for a second because is that kind of just how it was with him being as far ahead as he was?
Yeah, he was lights out. I was just chatting with him there, and I mean, his tire wear was completely different than mine, and obviously he's one of the best here. And once he caught us all from the back, and I just let him go when he caught me there that first run because he was, clearly a lot faster. So after I got back into second, he was 7, 8, 9 seconds ahead. Knew there was no way I was going to catch him, obviously. Maybe if there was a yellow on a short run or something, I could have gave him some heat. But as long as we stayed green, I knew I was strictly a second place car at that point.
Yeah, and that's always something that I liked about being here with you guys in this league is you guys do a lot of flag-to-flag races, so always love seeing that. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to or thank for this second-place finish here tonight at Indianapolis, man?
Yeah, as always, I give a shout-out to the Turn 1 Hero boys. Steve Ritter had a great run. We almost got a front row sweep there, but Brian knocked us off at the last second, and then we ran in the top 5 all race. He finished 6th. Scotty didn't have a lot of time to practice, but got up to 12th, so good run for all those guys and the team. I cracked the Chevy out tonight with the new Gatorade sponsorship, warming that up for the chase. And shout out to all the OSRN guys, you and Joe. Great broadcast, super fun to watch. All the sponsors here, FEG, Trans Service, all the big sponsors for all the major series, all the admins at Sim500. Wouldn't rather be any other place racing. And as always, shout out to the Smoking Hot Wife. Thanks, guys.
Heck yeah, man. Like I said, congratulations on your second place finish here again. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Hope so. Have a good one.
Yo, Mike Kelly bringing it home here tonight. Second place. Good holding them off. This guy here just dominating here. Daniel, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, I tell you what, you definitely had it figured out. And you got a huge lead at this place. I mean, what was the car feeling like?
Not gonna lie, the car didn't drive that great in my opinion. It felt like it was just like a boat. It was floaty. It just felt like it was really on top of the track. I mean, it didn't really feel like it had a lot of grip to it. And I even came in, ran friggin' 3 laps, and I didn't think I was on the pace at all. I mean, we were so far off Macklin on 1 lap pace. So I was gonna have some fun anyway. I wanted to start in the back and have some fun. And then we just ran our race, just ran in line, saved our tires, and then I guess once we decided to turn the wick up near the end of the run, we were just flying by people. And all of a sudden we were like catching Macklin like 2/10 a lap. Then we were right on his bumper all of a sudden. So I was really surprised at how well my pace was, especially with where we were, or how my confidence was, because I didn't think we were going to be that good from what I was when I ran 3 laps practice. So I had no idea what I was doing. So I learned throughout the race, and thankfully I was able to figure out how to drive this thing. Just took it easy, which actually helped me stay in my right front a bit, and I was able to cut through the center of the corner so well. I was destroying people on entry. And then I was able to carry that with my burned out right rear. I got it so hot where I was able to keep the center turn through the corner as well, to get a little slidey on exit, but still I was able to carry that center turn and get that rotation. So whatever I was doing something right. And I'm kind of amazed at how well I did.
Oh, absolutely, definitely doing something right. I mean, he's out there just dominating and got a huge lead out there. As always, put in the victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank for this dominating finish?
Yeah, I just got to thank First Rate Bay Lofts 207 for all their support. I also got to thank you guys for on the broadcast. Probably going to be a good broadcast to go back and watch. Went clean and green. So shout out to everyone who comes out races each and every week. Went clean and green again. So just hats off to everyone who races. We're using their heads and stuff. We really have some great green flag racing. So shout out to everyone who races. Shout out to all my teammates, Team Name, Chet Coleman, David Comstock, Josh Parker, Kevin Brown, and Doy Woods. Also got to thank FEG, Ford Entertainment Group, for sponsoring the series. And thanks to Joey and everyone who runs the show at Sim500. And thanks to all my friends and family for watching. And thanks to all the fans who watch as well.
Absolutely. Well, there as always, Daniel Falkenham put it in victory lane here tonight for a good win. Again, congratulations, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
There we go, man. This was a good race, flag to flag here tonight in Indianapolis for the Sim500 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. There, Alex, you got any final words?
No, like you said, flag, always good stuff to see. Always see this kind of racing from these guys, so it's always awesome. This group of guys is pretty awesome when it comes to that kind of stuff. So definitely a dominant race here by Daniel Falkenham. I mean, what a 12-second lead or something like that at the end or whatnot. Definitely had some good battles in it too. Exciting for Indianapolis. So, man, that's all I got.
As always, for myself and everybody here at Sim500, everyone have a good night.